I'm Captain Intrigue. Superheroes are nothing more than ordinary people who have found a way to make themselves extraordinary. 3, 2, 1. In this episode, I'll be building weaponized legs for my superhero armor, and Kambria gets to help me today.
Okay.
Alright, so here's the plan. Ready for the plan?
Yep.
The plan is we're going to build weapons that mount to my legs. This is the whole thing. We got to go design it in the CAD software, and then we're going to build it.
Cool. Yeah, it looks really neat.
Make sense?
It does.
You don't even know what it says. Okay, here's the CAD design. There are 3 chambers in each launcher, here, here, and here. Each chamber contains a cluster of 4 flares each. The flares are loaded in the back here, which is removable. The switches are all going to be mounted here. These are the 3 fire buttons, and this is the toggle switch, which is used as a safety. These are the armor plates, which will attach to the molly. And all of the parts have these tabs on them, which allow them to be inserted into the molly webbing and to be held securely in place. Okay, now it's time to get all these parts 3D printed. Okay, 3D printer bed is heated and prints should start any second. Okay, I think I'm just about ready here. That's the last part, and then we can start putting it together. So, Kambria, it's up to you. I knew you were going to be in this tub. I knew it.
Look at all these suds.
Yeah, it seems like you put just a little bit too many bubbles in there.
I know, I used the rest of the bottle. There wasn't much left in there. I didn't think it was going to make it this big, and I'm being overwhelmed with bubbles.
Now I see why you agreed to be in the video.
Exactly.
Alright, well, we got to do the Q&A from the viewers.
Okay.
So you might as well do it while you're in there.
Alright.
Alright.
Stephen Dahi asks, hello, will you produce a step-by-step guide on how you made it?
Starting with this episode, once this episode is uploaded, if you go to my website, superheroarmory.com, you'll be able to actually download ebooks and videos showing exactly how to build it with the files for the 3D printer and everything, so people will be able to copy and build everything that's in these episodes.
All right, good answer.
Close.
It's Vitas asks, hello. Maybe when you're done with your suit, you can make something to cover the wires and tanks and back?
Since that first suit was a prototype, I had no intention of covering the wires because a lot of repairs and modifications, I needed to be able to get to the wiring and the tanks. So the next one will be completely covered.
All right, next question. No People Person asked, do you have any ideas for a completely modular armor design?
A previous suit that I built was completely modular and the weapons could attach and detach. The reason I didn't do it on this one is it's a little bit complicated, so I'm saving it for the next version.
And Americ Leak 58 says, hello, you should add firework launchers on your helmet. Do it now.
That's not bad.
K3 asks, hello K3, will the materials melt under the temperature of the flame?
No, because the tip of the flamethrower is printed in nylon, which is a high temperature plastic material, and it can withstand the temperatures for short durations.
All right. And Nico Opperman asks, hello Nico, what kind of ignition system do you use in your flamethrower, and do you use propane or butane?
To ignite the fuel, I use the Taser, and I use propane fuel mixed with isopropyl alcohol in a special mixing process that's easy to ignite the fuel.
Big Blue asks, hello Big Blue, how long did it take you to make the suit?
It took about 3 years off and on, working on it whenever I felt like it.
I Love Superheroes asks, hello, when are you going to build Kambria her own superhero suit? Who did this?
Never, because she's very dangerous with matches already.
Aw, you're not gonna make me a superhero suit, seriously? You're so rude. All right, these are all the questions for today.
All right, that's it.
I'm going to suffocate in here.
Looks like you're getting a little buried in your bubbles.
I would say see you guys later, but I'm probably not gonna make it out of this thing.
All right, it's time for us to get up and start putting this thing together.
No.
Okay, all the parts are 3D printed. Everything's pretty much ready to go. We just need to put it together. It's all you.
And when we say we, you really mean me, right?
I mean you.
Aw. Don't make me do stuff.
Alright, I need some strippers. No. Definitely no. These are all the parts for the weaponized leg, for one of them anyway. That's the main housing for the actual fireworks. This is the switch housing. I'm gonna mount the push button switches. Okay, those are mounted. Okay, and these are the armor pieces, mostly just for looks for now. Later I'm gonna make these stronger, probably electroplate them. You can see the little gap in there now. Okay, so then these clip into the molly. Okay, got it. So we're gonna put it together then. Okay, so now I'm gonna remove this clamp. Can mount the switch. Okay, and we're gonna mount this into the molly webbing. Okay, got it. It's a very tight fit, but it's not gonna come out. Okay, and then I put this piece here, which is for the switch. Okay. All right, everything is mounted. Now we're ready to do the wiring. So then we can put the back plate on for the switch. That'll kind of keep those wires in place. So one cover is on. I got the first 3 wires on. Now we just need to wire these switches in. All the covers are on now. Now I just need to attach the strain relief and route these wires to the right locations. Okay. Alright, so this one is done. Everything's put together. And this is the one that I helped Kambria put together. Got them both here. So we just need to wire them, make the wire connections into the armor with power, and then load these up with the weapons, and then we're ready to test. These charges are all wired up. Got the weapon done. So now we can start loading them and wiring them up. Now the tricky part, getting them all inserted. And that's it. That is loaded. In the future, I'll figure out a better method of connecting all of these together, but it's a prototype. I don't want to mess around with it. I want to keep it simple. Like this, it's a simple system. Yeah, the wires can get snagged, but later we'll build some kind of a cover for it in the future. Okay, so that is ready to go. And now it's time for a little weapons test. Okay, so if you're interested in learning more about how to build these things on your own, you can go to my website, superheroarmory.com, and I'm going to have downloadable plans with a longer build videos showing you step by step how to build everything. There'll also be STL files, so you'll be able to replicate everything that I've done here today.
And make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you like what you see, and like, share, and subscribe for future videos. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you post them down below, and if we like what you write, then we'll post them in the next episode.
What if you had the technology to become a superhero?